Hello, Rick.
Hello.
So, what are you going to be doing for us first of all?
I was going to play the opening track of the album, which is Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Oh, brilliant. Go for it. Over to you, Rick.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we wouldn't have to wait so long? Wouldn't it be nice to...
I thought of the idea of doing all of Pet Sounds because I kind of wanted to mark its birthday, its 50th birthday. I'd never played through all of it before. And what I did, it was in a little period where I was doing some quite daring things. I was kind of pushing myself a little bit. So I booked the gig in Leeds on the actual day that it was released, May the 16th in 2016, so the actual 50th birthday. And booked it kind of months in advance, and then it kind of hoved into view, and then I kind of thought, oh, I'd probably better start working them out. And they're really, it turns out they're really hard to play. So I had to kind of put a bit of work in. I figured I'd just be at home doing it anyway to kind of mark its birthday, but it would be fun to share it with an audience.
Would you please put your hands together for the wonderful Ric Neale?
As a result, I kind of lent more on them as kind of almost saloon songs, I guess, and thought of things like "Wee Small Hours" by Frank Sinatra or "Closing Time" by Tom Waits. I kind of went down that line, and as a result, I think the sadder ones are even sadder.
That's correct.
Where did your long hair go? Where is the girl I used to know? How could you lose that happy glow? Oh, Caroline, no.
So I worked on the songs and I changed them so that they would kind of, broadly speaking, fit just piano and vocal. That in itself was quite a difficult task. The things that are amazing about Pet Sounds, really, is the incredible orchestrations, which I can't do because it's just me and a piano, and the unbelievable vocal harmonies, which I also can't do because it's just me and a piano. So I took those away, and all that is really left over are a bunch of really sad songs about a bit of a confused, fragile man who doesn't really understand his place in the world.
Once had a dream, so I backed up and split for the city. I soon found out that my lonely...
The things that are interesting, so I'm Waiting for the Day is an interesting one because it's the one that's the hardest work instrumentally on the piano. Most of them are vocally really difficult, but that's the one where on the piano I have a lot of work to do. That one's quite tough. So it's nice when that one works, if it works.
Let's do I'm Waiting for the Day, okay? I'm waiting for the day.
I'm waiting for the day when you can love again.
The more familiar that I've got with the material, the more comfortable I've got kind of stretching it, I suppose, and being more comfortable with the narrative. We don't really think of the songs on Pet Sounds as being stories, but they are, and they're quite sad ones. We kind of get so excited about all the orchestration, all the, everything that's going on, we sort of forget that it is about a character. So kind of leaning into that more is something that's happened the more I've done the gigs. This one that I'm doing tonight at the Tin in Coventry is the 4th time that I've done it, and add to that I've recorded it all as well, so I had a day in the studio working on the songs, and as a result I've kind of found my way into the stories a little bit more.
After all I've done to you, how can it be you still believe in me?
The ones I enjoy performing the most are I Just Wasn't Made for These Times and Don't Talk. They're the biggies. As much as anything else, they're kind of the saddest ones. So I love doing those.
Is your favourite song to do, and which is your least favourite?
Oh, okay. I've got a solid answer for both of those. My favourite is definitely "I Just Wasn't Made for These Times,"
Right.
which I just adore because it's so dense and there's so many levels to it that I hadn't really, I guess, observed in the record. There's just lots more sections than make real sense. There's an amazing kind of fugue vocal in the pre-chorus where there's all these vocals building up on top of each other. But when you take all of those others away, it's just a line. Sometimes I feel very sad. And I just repeat it 3 times and it's really sad.
Sometimes I feel very sad. Sometimes I feel very sad.
That one definitely is my favourite. My least favourite, no question, Sloop John B. Can't be bothered with Sloop John B. Brian didn't write it. It's the only one on the record that he didn't write. It's kind of a traditional folk song. Now, Brian made it work because he put all kinds of exciting vocals and orchestration in it, which again, I can't do. So really, it's just kind of me and 2 chords.
So hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sails. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home.
I thought that song really stood out as something of an oasis of normality within the dense, structured chording of all the rest of the songs when I saw the performance. So I think Sloop John B is an entry point maybe for some of the audience.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that though.
Okay.
Like if it was
Positively encouraged. Yeah, it's okay to make Wayne's World references. Not!
They make a joke of that in the second film. What's the second film? It's the Extreme, and that joke is only made once.
Songs like Wouldn't It Be Nice and God Only Knows are kind of like hits, and you can't really do a great deal with them because they're just kind of perfect.
Second song time, what are you going to be doing for us, Rick?
Well, I thought I'd do what I think is the best song ever written.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you'll never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, though life would still go on, believe me, the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, though life would still go on, believe me, the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be
Very, very impressive. Some lovely backing vocals there. It's almost as if some of you had sung it before.